Hello, everybody. Welcome back again to episode 8 of my How to Draw series. This week we're going to be doing some study and examples of feminine or female abs. Last video I did a video on male abs, which was episode 7. This is episode 8, female abs. So here I'm just starting with some examples. The female abs are pretty much the same makeup as male. It's just that with female, everything has to be a little bit thinner, maybe a little bit more curvy. Yeah, and every time I look at photos, I'm writing here that female abs are smaller than men's. And every time I look at photos of female abs, like females that actually have really defined abs if they work out a lot, they're always smaller. They have a smaller makeup than most men, and I mean, if you're a small guy, then maybe not, but female abs are generally smaller in size. And I'm saying just remember to draw the abdominal larger shapes first. That'll help you get them established. So remember to that belly button, it goes in the very center, in between the second and third ab section on both men and women. So here I'm just drawing another example. And I really got to start wearing a hat when I record these. My head's getting in the way. Put the belly button in the wrong spot there. Let's see if I change it. Maybe I don't. So what I'm doing with this one is I'm trying to show that, like, say for example, maybe a girl is sitting down or something. The stomach curves, like I said in the last video, and you want to try to show that in your drawings. You don't want to just draw straight stuff all the time where it's like no curve, no shape. So I'm trying to challenge myself a little bit and draw some curvier stuff. Because you have to really think about, okay, how would it curve around the body, and what would my cross contour be? These are cross contour lines. I mean, you could draw cross contour lines for everything you draw, but I'm just trying to show what it might look like when a girl is sitting down. The bottom of the stomach will come up a little. I really gotta wear a hat. Sorry about all the hair. Oh, this is a good note here. Women's abs can be drawn with little or no definition and will still look. Man, I can't read what I'm writing. They'll still look good if everything is in the right spot. I don't like to draw women's abs the same as men's. Now, if you look at photos of girls that work out all the time and they really work hard and they get their body fat percentage down really, really low, they're going to have some pretty jacked abs. And I've seen photos of girls that look like that. And, it's just not my thing. I like women that look more feminine and a little bit less muscular, but kind of rounder and softer. I don't really like tons of muscles on women. So when I'm drawing female abs, I probably wouldn't even delineate or indicate the ab sections for females. I would just draw the abdominal section, the abdominal wall section, and maybe a line down the center and leave it. Or, shade just a little bit and leave it alone. I feel like women don't need the abs defined. That will definitely make them look different. If you're trying to draw like comic book characters, not drawing tons of abs on your women will make it look different, or not delineating the abs as much. You should still draw the abdominal wall, obviously, but you don't need all those extra divisions and sections. It just doesn't look right. It just doesn't look as good on women. Women should be softer and rounder. So I'm just doing a couple more examples here. So by this point in the video series, you should be able to block in your form, your hourglass shape, and draw the the rib cage and everything, and block these in and follow along. See that one I just drew there? That, to me, that looks good. You don't even really need to do anything else. To me, that looks good. Maybe a little bit of shading in the center to delineate that there's a division there a little bit, but really, you don't need to draw everything. You don't need to draw everything. That's something else I've learned over the years. You don't need to draw every line every single time. And I think it really sells it with abs, because when you draw every line for abs, it can look a little fake. So there's your rib cage and there's your abdominal wall. And putting in some breasts, even though it's not necessary. I'm indicating where the hips, those are the hip bones, basically. Those diagonal lines that I drew. I get into the hips in a couple other videos. We'll get into that. So here I'm drawing. I just wanted to try to challenge myself. I'm trying to draw somebody lying down. And I wanted to see if I could get it to look. I wanted to see if I can get the abs to look okay. Drawing this view. And then I go a little farther. I'm adding the breasts here. But you really don't need to, especially when you're just studying one section. I must have given up on that. We're going to something else now. So here I'm trying another angle, 3/4. Oh, I'm saying I'm drawing female abs thinner. I'm trying at least. I'm drawing female abs thinner and longer than men's. Generally, men are not as wide and thick as women, muscularly speaking. So, trying to draw them a little thinner. I don't know why I'm adding the breasts here. It's not about breasts in this video, but I guess what I'm trying to do is show some more fleshed out examples, I guess. So here it looks like I'm trying to draw an ab section kind of bending over. Maybe I gave up on that because I write a note instead. Oh, the note says abs also need to be lit and shaded correctly to look good. If you're gonna go that far as shading them, they have to be lit and shaded correctly. Like I said, they're tough, but this is why we study. So I think what I'm doing here is obviously I'm getting another sheet ready, but I've also got anatomy books. So if there's like a pause in the video, I might be looking at an anatomy book just to get an idea. I've got some great books that I found at Barnes and Noble. There's this one book. It's like the entire human body. It's got like every piece of anatomy you could want to learn or whatever. Not in medical drawing, but it's just a really good book. So I probably was looking at that. So here what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to change the shape of some of the belly buttons. I'm also noticing in some reference photos that I look at that the belly button is not the same either. On everyone, the belly button looks different. Some of them have long belly buttons. Some women have round belly buttons. Some of them have kind of rectangular belly buttons. So I'm just trying to change up the shape there too. So it's not so identical every single time. So here I'm trying to actually shade the abs. And I have my light source coming from the top right. So I'm trying to think about where my shading would go. So it looks like I erased some of it and kind of redo it. That's the thing about lighting. If it doesn't look right, just erase it and redo it until you get something that you like. That's why I never when I'm doing shading for lighting, I never do dark right away. I go light to dark. That's just the way I do it. Oh, so right there I put in the hip bone. Um, and if you see those lines coming off of the crotch area, that's basically the muscles it's actually the hip bone where I kind of made that triangular shape, and then the muscles go down that way. But like I said, I've got videos on the hips, so we'll get into that too. So here I think I do a little bit better job lighting this one and or shading it. I'm just trying to be very, very light with my shading. I'm not going crazy. I'm not pressing very hard on the pencil. Because again, this is a female ab. I want this to look feminine. I don't want it to look. Um, yeah, my breasts are looking terrible. I redraw them. And I'm saying I really like the lightly shaded look for women because I don't know, it just looks a little bit more dainty, I guess. So here I'm trying another one. I don't think I succeed with this one quite as well as I did with the first one. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, lighting is definitely one of my weaknesses. Got to keep working on it. Let's see. I can't remember what I'm trying to do here. I can't remember what I was thinking at the time. So, I think I'm trying to light it from the other direction. It seems like the less shading you put in, the better it looks. At least that's what I've noticed with my ab work when I try to do them. The less shading I do, the better it looks. I just can't get it to look good when it's shaded for some reason. Like if it's a female ab, I could leave it like that. You don't even need to put in the ab muscles. You just leave it. I must have hated it. I redrew it. Like, I'm really struggling with this one, but it's all right. I mean, everyone struggles with some things. That first one came out really good. I can't figure out why I was struggling so much with this. I really don't remember what I was thinking. So that's basically going to do it for this video. This is episode 8, Female Abs. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. I'll see you in the next episode.